All right, 5. We're going to go ahead and talked about in the warm-up is regular proportion, normal proportion that says 8 ninths equals over 12. How did we figure out what x was? Just take 9 times 9x and take 8 times 12. Okay? So same thing's going to happen here. If I look at the first part, be too bad. If I take 8 to 5, especially calculator, I get 160 for the one side. On the other side, careful because this is its own quantity. So I have to keep that in parentheses, and I'm going to have 9 times 30 plus a will be the other side of that. And then from here, you guys should totally know how to work this because that's what we did in the warm-up. You're just going to distribute, get a by itself. Okay, any questions on what I did on that one? Is that making sense? All right, why don't you go ahead and try 2 on your own. Get as far as you can with it. If you get stumped, it's okay. I'll work it. Okay, I see a lot of you guys looking up and checking. That's good whenever you're ready to check. Oh, now I'm hearing a lot of okays. What do we do? Whenever I take away this? What? Where'd I get 26W? From the second line to the third line? I'm subtracting out the 1820 from both sides, and then I get a negative 260.
But if you divide by negative 260, that get positive.
Ah, my goodness, I did make a silly mistake. Thank you. It should be a positive 10. I wrote it all out and then put a negative 10. Thank you. Anything else? Is that making sense before I move on? If it's not, please ask right now, and I'll help. Is that okay? All right, so this next part is technically 3/6, but it all goes together, so I teach it together. So this is technically 3.6. So you can just put yourself a note that that's where it's coming from. Okay, so this is going to be the same, except it's now going to put variables on both sides of your equal sign. I've already taught you also. So we're going to remember that this needs to stay together and this needs to stay together. So I'm going to have 2 times all this junk up here equals 7 times all this junk over here. And now I just have variables on both sides. So now I can go ahead and distribute. And then I would go ahead and get the variables together first. Now, remember my rule. If it starts out with a decimal in it, you guys can use decimals. So this started with decimals in it, so it's completely fine to leave this in decimal form. If you want to change it to fraction form, that's awesome, but I won't make you. Okay, do you guys feel comfortable with that? Okay, I figured you probably would. Why don't you go ahead and try 2 on your own, and then hopefully I won't make a silly mistake this time, and we'll all get the right answer together.
This would be perfectly fine if you just have to, once we get the numbers like this, we don't have to spend all our time doing long.
I did. Very.
That was very negative, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That was a very good example. Oh, I thought he was supposed to be here every time, so we know. Okay, you want to go to the store?
Let's go.
I'll take it, 38 to 0.
What? No, no, no.
The 38.
38.
Alright, check your work with my work. Did we get positive 15?
Yes.
Yes?
14.5.
14.5.
Yes.
Do you want to check your work with my work and see where you made maybe a silly mistake?